So I am joined with Lloyd Rutherford, the Vice President of Product Development here at Nations Lending, and I'm Jason Schultz with Nations Lending. I'm a loan officer, and this is probably the coolest program. This is the best thing that's happened to me in the mortgage industry since rates went to 2%, Lloyd. I've been in the business 6 years, and I get a call every single day from somebody wanting to buy an investment property, or because the whole world's telling you to buy houses right now, and owning a home and owning multiple homes is the best way. And you buy one and you sit on it for a year, and then you refinance it, you take that cash out to buy the next one, and that's how you grow wealth. But it's always tough because it comes down to, well, I just don't have enough debt to income ratio, Lloyd. And I explain to people every single day that housing is not going to crash, that we are not going into another housing isn't going to cause a recession like it did 10, 12 years ago, where everybody was buying a house and we were loaning money at 130, 140, 150% loan to value, and people are rolling everything into the house. So TRID came along, Dodd-Frank came along, our industry's super regulated now. And I'm glad, honestly, because owning a home is the biggest thing you're going to own in your life. Accumulating wealth is difficult, and it's not intended for everybody. And that's why when you rolled this program out a couple weeks ago, I could not, honestly, I couldn't wrap my head around it immediately. And I was calling my branch manager and we're talking about it. And I asked you to do this video with me. So realtors, buyers, you guys, this is the coolest thing I think ever for people who want to own an investment home, Lloyd. So is that the good elevator speech, Lloyd, that I just rolled out there?
I certainly think so. And I love your energy around it. Sounds like you're very excited. It's a program that can really motivate buyers out there that are looking for an investment property. The example I might throw out, Jason, is that first-time investors have a really difficult time with, qualifying for their first home that they're buying as an investment property with some of the agency programs. And there's requirements to be a previous landlord history, things like that. And this program removes those barriers. It also gives some other unique opportunities for sellers to contribute a little bit more to closing costs and prepaids, for example. So instead of 2% interested party contributions, you can get 3% interested party contributions from your sellers. So it's a really slick program, no income, no employment. We're really qualifying that borrower. And I think it is kind of baffling to a lot of people out there that work with full doc loans all the time.
Yeah.
We're qualifying this borrower off the cash flow of the subject property. And I think that's an important component that needs to be defined here.
What really gets me excited about this is a Nations Lending program. It's not brokered out. So I love keeping stuff in Nations Lending because my processors, our underwriters, my loan officers work on it, Lloyd, not shipping it out to somewhere else. I know there's times you need to use brokered programs, but this is something that we're doing in-house at Nations Lending. And you sourced an investor to do this, and that's what makes me excited, Lloyd, because I can go out with confidence now, knowing that my team is going to be working on this for my real estate agent and for my client. And that means the world to me, because that's what I'm proud of. That I can wrap my arms around that, Lloyd. So it's really, really, really good. Okay, so high level, I'm in sales. I like to explain it like this. Find the property, okay? And if the rent that you collect exceeds by 20% or up to 120% of the rent. So for simple math, because I'm a simple guy, if your mortgage payment with PITI is $1,000 a month, you need to collect $1,200 a month, right, in rent, and then you can if you have the credit score, obviously, and there's a few other things, but it's as simple as that, right, Lloyd?
Well, some clarifications on that. Yes, that's the basic approach. We're looking for 1-to-1, at least equal. So it needs to be equal. So you need to have your mortgage payment and your rents at least match. The higher up the stack you go, like 110%, 120%, where your rents exceed your mortgage payment by 110%, 120%, the better some of the parameters are surrounding the program, higher LTVs, etc.
No, that's good, because I guess I had read it. You had to be at 120 on that. But obviously, just like today, if you're watching this video, if you have a higher credit score, or if you have a higher down payment, your interest rate's going to be better, basically, or it's just going to be better. It's going to be a better loan for you. So, but again, for those of you maybe wanting to get into this for the first time, so now this is not intended for first-time home buyers. You have to own a home now. You have to own a primary residence to qualify for this. And then the one thing I really wanted to stress in here was up to 4 units. Now but Lloyd said, when he was training us on this, or we've had some calls on this with all the branch managers and stuff, you can use this 20 or 30 times, this program, but the loan has to close in your name that's one thing, Lloyd. Can you kind of go into that a little bit, that the loan closes in your name, then you can always slide it into your LLC or title or deed it after closing, correct?
Yeah. Right now, we have the ability to be able to finance this program only in the borrower's individual name. And, obviously, if they do want to slide it back into their LLC after closing, that's an option the buyer has.
Okay, great. Another question I had was, how many units can you go up to? And I touched on that a little bit ago, Lloyd, but up to a 4-unit complex, basically. And then I had a question, well, if it's 4 units, can one of them be a primary residence? And the answer is no. And then I had also one, can we use this on manufactured homes, like single wide or double wide homes? And I've been told no as well. Is that accurate, Lloyd?
That's correct. Both of those statements are accurate. These are
and then let's touch on, so let's say I go out and buy a single family home and it has no rent history. We're going to use what the appraiser would use for their cost approach, correct? For the monthly income?
Yes.
Okay. And if it has renters in it now, and if they've been at least in there for 2 months, is that the rule on it, Lloyd? Then we can use that, or we use the lower of the two. Can you kind of talk about qualifying that?
Well, that's a somewhat of a misnomer. There's no period of time that somebody has to have that property previously rented out.
Okay.
About the Airbnb process.
Gotcha.
That's a little bit different. So, it does have to have history of being rented as an Airbnb, and then there's limitations on what that weekly rent can be against the appraiser's statement of rent, and then we cap it at a certain amount.
Okay.
So, but it has to have a prior history of being rented as an Airbnb for us to be able to support you.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm just looking through my notes here. So 30-year fixed rate term, we go up to 80% loan to value. That means there'll be no mortgage insurance on it. Got to have a minimum credit score of 700. Down payment has to be your money, right, Lloyd? It cannot be a gift, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so they could cash out a 401k, correct? They have to have the money in their checking or savings or something like that. It has to be their money. Okay, so purchase rate term, refinance, cash out. Yeah, we can use it to refinance an investment property. Qualified. Yep, 4 units. Yeah, I think I covered all, Lloyd. Did I touch on all the main key points? Because that's really what I wanted to do with you today, because you do this every single day and you know these programs in and out. So
yes, for all intent and purposes, you've covered all the salient features. There's other things hidden in there, but I think, when I listen to you, and again, the excitement I hear you share with us all, this really has taken off. This program, because it's in-house, because it's delegated, because we own the credit decision on it. All those things are all wonderful pluses in the plus column. The fact that you can streamline the borrower's approval with no income and no employment, really just qualifying that borrower with their down payment and their debt service coverage ratio. So pretty impressive. Yeah,
I've been super excited about this, but I wanted to roll it out properly. I started sharing it with some of my agents and kicking back some ideas, and then you and I've been trying to connect with you, and then you've been busy, I've been busy, never been able to connect. So I thank you for your time. Again, if you're watching this video, I don't care where you are in the nation, Nations Lending, I think we lend in all the states but New York. I will get you, and if you're watching this in Texas, I'm not licensed in Texas, I will put you in touch with the Texas loan officer, because I'm going to share this on social media. I'm going to share this everywhere. This is the coolest thing since they put beer in a can, Lloyd. I'm so excited for this, because every day something kind of rolls out, but this is something that people can grab a hold of, because unfortunately, people will always need to rent. And we need landlords that can come in and do this. It's a great way. God's not making more land, Lloyd. That's the one thing that he can't make anymore. So if you can get a hold of some property and with a house on it, you're going to really secure your future. So Lloyd, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. I know you're a busy guy. It means a lot to me that you came on today, but thanks for all that you do for us here at Nations Lending, and have a great day.
Thanks, Jason. Bye-bye.